So how are you doing today, Johnny?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good. How was the week?
It was alright. Had its ups and downs, but it was good.
Okay. So what I'd probably do is I'm just gonna kind of sum up what we've talked about before, and then see if there's been like any changes.
Right.
So basically, what we talked about last session, things are going pretty well with you. You've kind of been focused on yourself, doing a lot of things to make you happy, but at the same time, you've expressed a lot of concerns and frustrations with your wife. You said how she's being very standoffish. The communication's not very good. Is there anything else that I'm missing from last week's?
No, that's about it. I mean, my biggest concern was with my wife, so which hasn't been really getting any better. So
Okay.
I've tried everything we talked about last week. Tried being more communicative. Tried to talk to her more. Tried to invite her to do things with me. But nothing's really been working.
Now, can you give me like an example of how you tried doing that?
I asked her if she'd like to work on a project with me, and
Like a wood project?
yeah, but nothing really came of it, and she actually really ended up leaving.
What do you mean?
She ended up leaving the house and going somewhere. She's been doing that a lot lately. Yeah.
So she's kind of just isolating herself from everyone.
Has she been
able to talk to the kids at all?
They haven't said anything about it, but
okay.
I'm sure she has. She always has. She really doesn't leave them out, you know?
Yeah. So she's pretty consistent with them.
Yeah.
So I mean, it seems like it's just whatever's going on between you two, almost. Is that what you think?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
How have you been? Like, how's work going?
It's good. I mean, no complaints really.
How are things going with like your friends at work?
No change really.
Nothing.
Nah, I really haven't been seeing them as often as I used to, but.
Are you still working as much as you were before?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I haven't heard anything from your work. I haven't heard anything from involving what's going on with the drug test. So, I mean, when that comes, we can definitely figure that out. How has the drinking been for yourself?
A lot better this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I know that was kind of a concern of last week's also. It was almost like you had the stresses with your wife, so you kind of resorting to drinking. Have you noticed that she's been drinking a lot, or no?
Yeah.
She has been?
A lot more than usual, that's for sure.
Okay. Have you approached her at all about that?
No. I mean, whenever I try to approach her about anything, it just turns into an argument, you know, so.
Could you give me like an example of how you approach her, usually?
I just ask her what's been going on, and I've noticed this, I noticed that, and she just snaps, you know?
Does she snap about like something you say, or something that's kind of been going on?
I really don't know. She kind of just does it randomly, you know?
Okay. Well, let's kind of take a step back and we'll focus more on you. Because, I mean, I am here for you. So as much as I would love to do couples counseling, that's not what we're doing right now. We're kind of focusing on you. The one thing that I can think about involving, like, what's going on with your wife is trying to increase, like, your conversation skills and stuff like that, just to kind of work on that so you're more comfortable when it comes to that situation. So
how would I go about doing that?
One thing that we can do is I can kind of give you different scenarios. I can even like kind of role play and pretend to be your wife and like see how you would react to certain things. That's if you're comfortable with that. Do you think that comfort's kind of an issue with that? And like not knowing what to say?
Maybe it could be. I mean,
okay.
I haven't always been the best communicator, so.
So let's do a scenario here. What happens when, okay, say I'm your wife, I'm coming home from work, I had a long day at the daycare, kids are stressing me out, one of the kids is screaming all day, and all I want to do is just sit on the couch and relax. How would you kind of react to that?
I wouldn't really react at all. I kind of just say, hey, how you doing? How's your day?
Mhm.
And that's about it.
It's fine. It was a really long day.
That's good. What's going on? What happened? Anything exciting?
Just the kids are just driving me insane.
How so?
There's this one kid who was just screaming the whole time, and no matter like what we did, it was just, I don't know, I'm just really frustrated.
Is there anything I can do to help that?
No.
Alright, well, let me know.
So that's basically kind of how you would react to
That's
her?
about it. Yeah.
So, I mean, just based off of how you kind of reacted towards me, you were trying to be supportive of her, but at the same time, it was almost like you were kind of being, like, passive. It was like you threw it out there, but did you really mean it?
Right.
So what I'm thinking is just maybe come up with different ways that you can react to that. Like maybe, like usually when she does that, do you kind of leave the room or do you?
Well, it depends on her reaction, really. Because if she's frustrated and she starts yelling, I'm not going to stay in the room with her, you know?
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, that's frustrating in itself.
Yeah, very.
And then.
And that's why I'll go out to the garage and I'll have a few beers.
Mm-hmm. So you resort to that kind of behavior when you're frustrating, just kind of at your wit's end with what's going on at home.
Yeah.
How have you been, like, mood-wise? What has been your, like, do you find yourself, like, happy at times? Do you find yourself...
I'm just kind of whatever.
Flat?
You know? Yeah. Not
You're
really
just kind
one
of
side or the other.
going with it, almost like going through the motions.
That's about it.
Have you been able to get out with your friends?
Not as much lately.
No.
Probably not for like a few weeks.
Well, I know that when we engaged in our first treatment plan, that was one of your concerns, was that you didn't really have time or effort to spend with what you call the acquaintances at work.
Right.
So, I mean, I know that you have a lot going on, and I know that that's kind of on the last of your list right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it might be good to just kind of have a conversation with somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's your kids on the phone, it's someone at work, it's someone at the gym. Maybe just having, like, that ability to have a healthy conversation with somebody.
Yeah, I'm not that person that would talk to somebody about, like...
You don't have to.
Home life, you know.
And no, you don't have to talk about that with anybody unless you're comfortable. But what I'm saying is just having any kind of a healthy conversation with somebody, maybe. Yeah. About the weather, about the sports teams, about what you're going to do this weekend, what you did last weekend, what you like to do. Like, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be about personal things. It doesn't have to be with what's going on with your wife.
Yeah, that might be able to keep my mind off of things, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But at the same time, all the stresses that have been going on, that doesn't make it any better to go out and do something, you know.
Because
that's
to
a point where I'm just like, oh, fuck it. Forget it. I'll just sit at home.
And that's kind of when you get into, you're going through the motions. So you're kind of, when you sit at home, what are the typical emotions that you kind of go through?
I feel nothing most of the time. Nothing in particular, really.
Mm-hmm. So but then at the same time, your mind's going crazy because that's all you're thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm sad or anything like that, but I'm not happy either, so kind of in between.
So you're kind of unable to even detect an emotion.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like.
So I know that you've gotten out, you've done the whole gym thing, you've tried to do something for yourself. What about maybe just going out with someone from work, just for fun? Yeah. Even if it's for like a half an hour.
It's worth a shot, right? Yeah, but I don't really communicate with those guys like that, you know?
Do you have any friends that you do? Like outside of work, outside of anything?
Not close. I mean, I'll see him every now and then, but it's not like I talk to him every day or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Probably talk to him maybe once every 2 weeks or so, you know? It used to be like, I used to be a lot closer with a lot of people, but I don't know, it seemed like I just got more distant and distant.
No, are these the people that you work with, or just friends from?
Yeah, well, both.
Both. Because I mean, you have a lot of stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
So, kind of like what we talked about last session was, a lot of times you have to focus on what's going on with yourself before you try to involve someone else.
Right.
So maybe just giving that a shot, just throwing that one out there. How has, I know that you talked about when you do feel upset, you kind of go home and drink as a result.
Mm-hmm.
How has the sobriety of drugs been?
Good. Haven't touched the stuff. I haven't even come near it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yep. It's more alcohol really now.
Okay.
It's no problem.
I know that before you last session you talked about how you had much more beers than usual. You had like 8 or 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has that changed, gone down, gone up?
Stay the same, I'd say.
Okay. So what else? What are you thinking about?
Yeah, nothing really.
How do you think things are going with counseling?
I mean, at first I was more energetic and excited for it, but getting to a point where, I hate to say it, but I'm starting to lose faith.
How so?
I just don't think it's working for me. Everything I try that we talk about is just not working.
Do you think that there's a possibility that you're not giving 100% effort?
I mean, it could be, I guess, but I feel like I'm doing enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And that's completely understandable because, I mean, I don't expect you to go out and try every single thing. But, I mean, I do give you credit for trying things. I definitely do give you a lot of credit for that. You've made a lot of changes with what's going on with your sobriety from marijuana. You stayed pretty focused on work. The one thing that I'm worried about is your happiness. So the one thing that I'm trying to do is just trying to get you to...
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, everything's going alright. But honestly, it's pretty much my social life and my life at home. It's the only thing that's really bothering me at this point.
One thing that I would let you know is I did make a referral for a woman who works here, and she has a lot of experience with couples counseling. So that should be kind of going in the works soon.
Good.
Which I think is a huge step for yourself and your wife. Do you think that your wife would be compliant with that?
Yeah, I think she'd be interested, definitely.
Okay, because I mean, when you kind of have someone there that's not a family member, not a friend, it kind of acts as a buffer almost. So maybe your wife might be more comfortable kind of talking about what's going on with her.
Are you able to do that type of stuff? Or?
I mean, I could, and I mean, if I'm not able to, I could definitely give the woman who I have in mind a lot of information about what's going on, so you don't have to repeat yourself.
But I feel like I'm more comfortable talking to you than just telling my whole story over again to somebody else.
Now, how would you feel if I went? Because I don't specialize in that kind of field.
Yeah.
I've done it before, but I can't say that it's very.
You're very good at it.
I mean, it's not that. I feel like you would benefit more from a woman or from a individual who's specializes in it and is more knowledgeable of what's going on.
Would you be still involved in the whole process, or?
Yeah, I mean, I can be involved as much as you would like me to be. I can, where this woman is in the same agency as myself, I can even meet with her individually, and I can also accompany you through these sessions.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to give it a shot, but I don't know about my wife. She just doesn't believe in these type of things, you know. She's really stubborn.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, that happens a lot. That's a very common trait with people. A lot of the times they think it's other people and not themselves. A lot of the times they're just reluctant to change. Which, I mean, I'm not going to promise you that when things say you do go through with this, I can't promise you that there's going to be a flip of a switch and things are going to be perfect. Right. Back to how things were 20 years ago.
Right.
But I mean, as long as you're comfortable with giving everything you have for it.
I'm definitely willing to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no other option.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to try to talk her into being able to do it.
Okay. So
how should I go about doing that? Do you have any idea?
What do you mean?
Try to talk her into being interested in doing this.
I mean, this could be just a regular plain conversation that you could have with her. Just we've been talking. I've been talking a lot with myself, and we've talked about different stresses that are going on with what's going on with me, and I would really like you to be involved in what's going on. So I mean, opposed to blaming or accusing or putting everything on her plate, it's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think she'd probably get a little ticked off that I'm talking to someone else about her, you know. Because I haven't been telling her everything that we've been talking about.
Which you don't have to, and that's the client.
That's how I feel. It's like if I tell her that I think we both should go see a counselor, then she's
not gonna want to talk about it,
and she's gonna think that I'm talking about our relationship to you.
And that's why I think it's important that another individual does the couples, because a lot of times some people may be like, oh, well, you talk to her every week, so she's on your side. A lot of people will think that there's going to be sides that are going to be picked.
Yeah, that's true.
Where when there's a middle, someone that's not familiar with the case, doesn't really know either of you, I think that would be beneficial for you.
Yeah, it might be better. Yeah, I didn't even think of that point. You're right. About the picking sides thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's childish and immature as you think it may be, but it happens a lot. It's natural to feel that. Especially when she's going to be feeling kind of like her back's against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would definitely be good
So we can definitely look into that. So the referral is made. So basically, all we have to wait is for the paperwork to go through. From this point, it just goes into the director's hands, and then the director kind of makes the director of our whole agency makes the referral complete.
Then what happens after the referral?
And then after the referral, that whoever is chosen to work with you guys may contact you, may contact your wife, may contact both.
Yeah, well, would I be able to just tell them not to contact her or me either until I get the thumbs up from her?
That's fine.
I want to try to figure out how to approach her,
Okay.
And I want her finding out through a phone call from a random person.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. So if you want, I can speak to the director myself and have her let me know when everything's ready to go.
Yeah, and I'll let you know if we're ready.
Okay, and that's perfectly fine.
Because I don't want her finding out from anybody but me.
Perfect. All right. Do you have any questions?
Nothing right now.
No?
No.
All right, so give that a shot, and we'll see kind of where it goes from there.
Sounds good.
Maybe for next session, I know that we have to kind of focus on the treatment plan and see how things are going with that, and then we can kind of tie that in as well.
Sounds good.
All right. Okay, so I will see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.